What's good, my man?
Yeah, we live.
We live.
What's going on, guys? Domain Isaac, One Half Foreign Strategies.
Your boy T Bob.
Today, we are going to be talking about crypto, the beginner guide to crypto.
Sweet. So should we introduce
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys as well?
Of course. What's your name?
Alessandra.
And your name?
Jamile.
Nice. We got some lovely ladies on the panel. So I hope we have a good show.
Let's get it.
Yeah, let's get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Foreign Strategies. Prepare for takeoff.
Nice.
I gotta figure out how to get that in sync. It changes up on me every time.
That's pretty good.
You think so?
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like I paused for a bit.
It was really good from here. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, guys. So let's just say our live yesterday motivated us to talk about a more intellectual subject. I'm a guy I really like talking about things like investing, finance, stuff like that is the things that get me up every morning. So, and based off what happened yesterday, we started getting into a crypto conversation. We decided to talk a little bit more about it today. And we kind of want to make it more of, we're not here saying we're experts by any means in the crypto space. So it's more of an open forum than anything.
Yeah.
And we're going to kind of go in and dissect some, what's the guy's channel?
Some nuances. It's a channel, they talk about financial literacy. They had a podcast. They had Ryan Leslie on there and Hill Harper, if I'm saying it right.
Okay.
And they're both entrepreneurs, philanthropists, and they had some really good talking points, and we want to share it with you guys. And well, first things first, what is crypto? Okay. I just got into it. I know nothing about it, but I know I'm gonna dive more into it. And I know you have some stories, some backstory about crypto. So let's dive into what crypto is, that definition. You wanna
dive in.
Pull up.
Should I pull it up on the screen and go ahead and read it off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The definition of crypto.
Definition of crypto.
Yeah. I think that'd be pull up a tab. And then
crypto. Big crypto, yeah, because it's crypto. It's not just about Bitcoin, right?
And definition.
So that's interesting because I've actually never looked up
for
the definition of crypto before in my life.
Share screen.
Let's see. Let's go here.
There you go. Chrome tab. Crypto definition. Second one.
The scary thing is sharing the wrong screen one day. It's gonna happen.
Oh man. Yeah, just make sure all the screens is legit.
PG-13, right?
Yeah. Can I see it?
Yeah. Can you guys see the screen? You should be able to. Yeah, it says sharing. So crypto. Dude, I don't.
Definition of crypto is one here.
Okay.
Or what does crypto mean? You can go here.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's definitely.
All right. So while you look up, I'm
cryptocurrency.
I'll do some housekeeping.
Yeah, do it.
Guys, as you know, we are sponsored by Ramil Herbs. It's herbs for the modern man. You get 20% off. The link is in the description. And a couple of days ago, we met with Dennis John Pierre on the beach. We did an interview with him. It was really cool. Hope you guys check out that interview. And we have some really cool gems that he shared with us, and we put it on patreon.com/foreign strategies. I see you guys are following us on Instagram. That's really cool. I appreciate that. We're also on TikTok. And once we get the ball rolling a little bit more, we're going to be on Twitch, Spotify, and other podcast areas. All right. So, oh, wow. We got super chat already.
Super chat already by Boy Nor, my man. Good to see you, my man. Good. Hope all's well.
Nice.
Sweet. So we're going back to the definition of cryptocurrency. That's the key. Oh yeah, boy, appreciate the super chat, my man.
Appreciate the super chat, brother.
Appreciate it. Let's see. Let's go back. So cryptocurrency is a binary data designed to work as a medium of exchange where an individual coin ownership records are stored in a ledger existing in a form of computerized database using strong cryptography to secure transactional records to control.
No idea what that means.
Bro, it's like Portuguese, bro.
What about the hood version of that?
Hood version.
Like, don't they have like? There's another term for it. Like,
there's gotta be an Urban Dictionary term.
Yeah,
for
what's an
cryptocurrency.
Urban Dictionary?
Let's see.
I feel like you got to be a lawyer to understand this stuff.
Oh, it's funny.
Crypto.
Boy, you know some crazy stuff is about to pop up.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Crypto currency.
Okay, let's see.
This is much better.
It's a little better, yeah. So, a digital medium of exchange, it uses cryptography for security, making it difficult to counterfeit. The idea of cryptocurrency comes from a popular online games, whereas you trade something for something, and emerges into new unit of cyber currencies between public, aka miners, that mimic the value of precious metals. The first kind of Bitcoin. So what does that mean to you, Delane?
I have no idea, man. I have no idea. This is the beginner. We got another super chat. This is the beginner's guide to crypto.
Oh, snap, my bad.
We are not professionals. I'm not claiming I am.
Yeah, I'm not either.
But yeah, Joshua Epps, salute, man. Investing is the future, man. Like we're about to get into something. Can you see me? I feel like my head's being chopped off a little bit. Yeah, we're about to get into some video podcasting. One of my favorite entrepreneurs of all time, Ryan Leslie. If you guys know, he used to be an independent producer. He worked with P. Diddy and Madonna and all these other big people. So now he's into the tech industry. Came up with Superphone. He actually I was following him on Twitter. He was talking about Bitcoin. I'm like, what is Bitcoin? And he was talking about this in 2009. He was like, get on it. It's the wave of the future. And he put down $100K into Bitcoin. And what he was doing is revolutionary. I'm thinking we should pull that up.
Go ahead and pull that up.
Because
yeah, I'm listening.
I think we should pull that up because he can talk about it way better than I can. Okay. Me to go into it is just be a disservice. So I would say go to the link at the 5-minute mark. Okay. And he talks about how he had $100K and he had a mentor. He'll explain it. I don't think they can see.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch the.
So go share screen.
Oh snap!
Share screen. There you go.
Baby step right here.
Yeah, that's it right there.
All
right, so we got an ad. Maybe mute the ad, just in case we're demonetizing.
Oh yeah, let me stop sharing screen real quick, just in case. My bad, guys. As Lane would say.
So yeah, so I'm saying we're doing it live, right? So Ryan Leslie basically had the foresight he was like, hey, I'm an independent artist. I'm going to start selling my merch, but if you want to buy my merch, you pay me in Bitcoin. So people are paying him Bitcoin for his album, which would be $5, or his hoodie that he was selling. He was receiving Bitcoin at crazy astronomical amounts. 2009. So that's a little backstory, guys. See that? Can they see?
They should, yeah. They can see.
Sure?
Yeah, they can see.
Okay. Let's play that one segment as he talks about it.
So it starts at 5?
Use. Yeah, I think it starts at 5. You can play it.
We were just talking about that rotation where you just leave too much of that money on the table. You see it do one somersault or 2 somersaults. You never seen your money dance like that. Then you take it out. But 20 years is the time horizon. Number 2 is the rate of savings. And number 3 is the rate of return. When I make an investment, I want to be an owner. And ownership is not about a short-term play. Just think if you actually bought a franchise and you put somebody in that franchise and on day 1, they were selling, let's say, 20 hamburgers. Then in 2 years, they were selling 300 hamburgers. Why would you sell the franchise if it's actually delivering for you? So what I will say is that the reason I held, though, had to do with mentorship. I watched my investment go from 100,000 to 350,000. And I remember a conversation I had with my mentor. I said, hey, look, man, I took your advice. And man, 100,000 to 350. I'm gonna cash out, get something nice for my mom. And he gave me an ultimatum at that time. He said, Ryan, listen,
Fair use.
you can go ahead and cash out, give something nice to your mom, but we'll shake hands and I'll never teach you anything again. Or you figure out a different way to give something nice to your mom and hold on to that investment. And we'll check in every single year around tax time and we'll see what it grows to. And when we checked in this year, that 100,000, I got it on my birthday, September 25th, 2009. That 100,000 was just under 16 million. And if I hadn't,
Don't let that go over your head. Clap it up for that, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, so guys, let me know if you understand what Ryan Leslie just said. So basically, Ryan Leslie had $100,000. And he went to his mentor and he said, what should I do with this money? He said, put it in Bitcoin. In 2009, he put it in Bitcoin. I say 10 years later, he had 300,000. Now, at the 300,000 mark, he went to his mentor and he said, you know what? I'm pulling out. I'm taking care of my family. I'm taking care of everybody. His mentor said, if you take out $300,000 right now, I'm not your mentor anymore. But as your mentor, I suggest you stay with it and stay diamond hands. So he listened to him. Another 10 years goes by, 20 years from 2009, 2021, as of today, $16 million. He started off with 100,000 and he waited, I won't say 20 years because 2019, right? $16 million. So you do the math. The return on that is incredible. Most people would have sold, would have got shocked, fear mongering. He listened to his mentor. Mentorship is important. I don't know nothing about crypto, but if you're really serious about this, it's really important to have a mentor.
That's facts.
Because if he didn't have that mentor, he would have pulled out 300,000. Now, this guy is a Harvard educated man. He went to Harvard when he was 17 years old. He had a perfect score on his SAT. Came straight out, worked with P. Diddy. Self-made entrepreneur, millionaire. Even though he was smart in his own right, he was smart enough to know somebody else is smarter than him, and he took his advice with crypto. So,
Yeah, man. Mentorship is honestly, I think, one of the keys to success because it's almost like you always say, a cheat code, right? Why try to figure it out yourself when you can just meet with somebody and they can tell you exactly how to get to that success that you're trying to get to. So I definitely love this story. Like when you were telling me about this today, I was like, man, that's amazing.
mm-hmm.
That's absolutely amazing. And he made this decision all because his mentor told him to stay in, right? If he was on his own, he would have missed out on $16 million. So that's insane, guys. Yeah. That is absolutely insane. Yeah. Great story, though. Great story. What's good, fellas?
So you have a background in investing in crypto, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You want to tell them a little bit about your history with it?
Exactly. So when I got started in crypto, when I first got introduced to it, it was back in 2000 and 2015. I had a guy from school. He reached out to me and he was like, "Yo, man, you got to check this Bitcoin thing out. It's going to explode in a couple years." And I didn't take him too seriously, to be honest. I didn't take him too seriously for the first, let's say, year or so. And then I was like, "You know what? Let me look into this," right? And I had some money saved up, and I was like, "You know what? I'm just going to take the chance," right? And pretty much how I did it was I looked at how much money I had saved. I was like, "All right, if I lose this money, how would I feel? Like, what would that do to my life?" And I was like, "All right, if I lose it, it will suck, but at the end of the day, I won't be under the bridge," right? So made the investment, and it ended up turning out obviously very nice. So pretty much the moral of that story is that you can't. Sometimes we get caught up in overthinking and almost doing too much research rather than just going for it, right? I like the people who I know make the most money off of investing are the people who don't think and over research, over just like do too much about it, right? It's like they say, like a monkey pretty much sometimes can out invest some of these experts, right? Because we as people, we like to overthink things, but it's definitely smart to do your research. But I think it comes to a point where you do too much research and you're just, I don't know. And I feel like that's about anything, right? Whether it's travel, whether it's investing, you could overdo it.
Right.
So that honestly, me just taking that leap of faith and like, yo, this amount of money I could lose and I will be okay. Taking that risk, that end up paying off very well. And that's the same thing with traveling. I do the same thing. It's like the first time I ever came to Brazil, I didn't know anything about it. I was traveling solo, but I was like, yo, I'm gonna just go. I'm gonna just buy a ticket. I think I made the decision like a week out, left a week later, and I loved it. And I've been back 2 more times since. So I think that's probably the moral of the story. Just don't overthink it. Be smart, obviously. But yeah. And on top, we're gonna go through some of the questions.
No, I was just going through them.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's my how I got in back in 2015. I'm still not an expert. I would never consider myself an expert
Did
in
you
crypto.
did you put a lot of ships in, or like,
Well, when I
did
first went in?
Yeah, did you put a lot in?
I put how much did I put in? I can't remember how much I put in the first time.
I mean, not a ballpark number.
Yeah,
not pocket watching.
Okay.
But
I mean, it was. How you say two? No, it's not 2 figures.
Six
It was
figures?
5 figures.
Okay,
It's
5
5 figures. Yeah, it's 5 figures.
And you saw a big return already, or?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's a big return. Yeah, for sure. But I mean, I haven't cashed out. But now, ever since I have 2 accounts. So I have an account where I'm holding, and then now I'm starting to play with a little like trading on the side because right now the market's. I mean, I said right now the market's very volatile. It's always volatile, but it's like, yo, I might as well put some cash aside and just use that for trading to start taking some gains, because I feel like all of my investments that I've made the past, let's say, 5 years. I don't really see anything. It's all invested. Like all this stuff, I'm not going to see the actual. It's like all the stocks, the real estate, all this stuff. I'm not going to see till like years on. So it's like I want to start seeing some of that money come back in.
Okay.
So I started doing a little side trading. Like just what was it?
Trade?
Yesterday or day before yesterday is like the first time I actually like sold some of my crypto.
Okay.
So yeah, it's cool, man. It's cool. So it's definitely something everybody should be in, because there was this article I read the other day, and it was just talking about it's good to be in things when it's like the wild west, right? So you really become rich when things are not as regulated, when things are like it's kind of like, yo, is this like legit or is this not? That's when you become rich. From like the gold rush, when oil was booming, all of that stuff, people became rich before it was extremely regulated, when it was high risk. It didn't make sense at the time. So that's when you become rich. And that's to me what crypto is. Right now it's probably not at that like really sweet space like it was like in 2015
Yeah.
when it comes to like Bitcoin and stuff like that. I mean, obviously you could still make crazy gains,
Mhm.
but obviously now more of the masses are getting into it, so it's getting a little more normalized. It's not $5 anymore. But yeah, the wild west is kind of where you want to be. I think to get rich, you could lose a lot of money, but you also can get extremely rich. And I'm the type of guy, I want to hit home runs. I don't care about making the little gains. I don't care about necessarily losing in sense, but yeah. What's this thing?
Eu não vou funciona para investir.
You want to respond in Portuguese?
Como funciona e como investir?
Invest?
Bitcoin. Yes.
Do I?
Yes.
I just
Bitcoins.
yeah, I did.
Who was asking if we invest?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you're talking about how you invest.
Oh,
now,
invest.
and
Eu pergunto isso.
Oh, she's asking. Oh, how?
Yeah.
How? Okay. I'm letting Delane explain that one to y'all.
how to invest?
Yeah.
Like the process of doing it?
Because since you just
I just started it. I did Webull is an app and Robinhood. Not really a big fan of Robinhood because I was trying to do things at a certain time, and they blocked me out. And
dang, so you were the ones that got blocked out.
yeah, and I still wouldn't. The reason why I use Robinhood is because I'm very creative. I come from a very creative background. My background is architecture. I love the video. I love creating stories, and I'm a videographer. So Robinhood's interface is smooth. It's sweet. If only it operated like Webull, then you'll have something very monstrous. But then Cash App has Bitcoin too. You can use you can put Bitcoin in
Cash App. It's crazy how pretty much everything, but yeah, it's just so easy now to buy it. That's why I started the trading thing because
Right.
I wouldn't say it's really trading because trading is a little more technical. But just to buy and sell when you think it's a good time.
Yeah.
It's so easy, like on Robinhood. Although Robinhood's not the best.
It's not the best.
It's for big time investing. It's not the best.
It's
But
not.
for like low end stuff.
Yeah.
It's definitely not bad.
What would you think is the best for big time?
Big time. So I use Kraken. So for like my serious stuff, I
Okay.
use Kraken. I use Kraken. Coinbase gets a lot of slack, but it's reliable. I use Coinbase, Kraken. I use Robinhood for like the little buy and sells. But those are pretty much the only three that I use for crypto.
Yeah. So the whole point of that story of Ryan Leslie is put your money in and hold. And they call it diamond hands. I've been hearing that around the podcast. People talk about it. That means you put your money down, and if you're messing with the money, you're putting money in instead of taking money out, and then you just hold for 20 years. That's it. 10 years or 20 years. I know that's it, but he's saying that your money is going to flip so much more at the 7-year mark that it's just going to be astronomical. You have ownership in the company, and
this isn't in just like regular stocks. He's saying put 10 or what exactly?
Well, actually, I have the time when he talks.
Oh, you have
about
time.
that.
Okay.
They talk about it way better than I do, but I want to go over another point. If you go to the 1722 mark, Harper talks about going liquid. He talks about Satoshi. And it's basically you put money in, and let's say you build your money up, right, to 100K from interest profiting. And then what happens is you take a couple thousand out and use that money to, let's say you put money in Nike. You take that couple thousand out to buy Nike shoes. But at
love
the
that.
same time, you still have money in that's still working for you. So you're buying the things that you're owning instead of buying things that you don't own, and you're just basically what's the word? It's like buying a car, depreciating in the value, whatever the case may be. Anyway,
Okay.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, yes, you do, bro. No,
But yeah,
that makes so sense.
Let him talk about it.
Yeah.
Harper talks about it.
So it still says sharing screen. Why can't I see the screen here? I don't. Can
Question.
anybody has it pulled up on their phone? To
I
let me
have
know?
a question.
Yeah, you have a question.
Do you invest in Bitcoins?
Do you have a
Or-
Bitcoin? Yes, we
Yeah?
do. And she asked.
This is what it looks like right
It
now.
looks like okay.
Yeah.
All right, bad.
So we good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. We had a 30-minute mark, guys. We didn't want to go through all the questions, but if you're liking the content and the intel, make sure you give a thumbs up. And we're trying to get president to super chats if you're enjoying the content. We just want to focus on the education part of it. Go to 1722, and Harper talks about liquidity.
I'm gonna stop sharing. I'm gonna get through this ad just in case.
So Harper, he used to be an actor, and he's actually older than I thought he was. I thought he was in his 40s. He's actually in his 50. He's 55.
How did you find him?
He was actually, it was Ryan Leslie and Hill Harper. He just happened to be on it.
Oh, okay.
That's how.
Okay. I've seen this guy. I've seen him before.
Yeah, so you're good.
Liquidity challenges that they may have. Think about the same way you're going to be able to do that with Bitcoin on the Black Wall Street platform.
Speaking of that, yes, clap it up for that, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of Bitcoin, so Ryan, going back to you, you had 16,000% rate of return on Apple, but I believe you have a 32,000% rate of return on Bitcoin, right? Is that correct?
That's right.
All right. So you was obviously an earlier investor in Bitcoin as well. So when did you first invest in Bitcoin?
Yeah. Anytime I have an interview or anytime I actually run into anyone, they always say, "Hey Ryan, man, I heard about your laptop." Well, that laptop was a whole story in and of itself. And I was working on some music and I lost the files. So when you work on music, it's not enough to just have the finished record, you need the files. So my laptop went missing. I put up $1 million as a reward for the return of the intellectual property. Because who wants to pay $1 million for a laptop? You could just go to Apple, get one for $2,000. Well, the laptop turned up, long story short. And the gentleman who found the laptop actually sued me to actually retrieve that reward, $1 million. And he actually won in New York court. And the next day, I was on the cover of the New York Post. I sent it to my mom. She said, "At least you look nice."
I remember that.
Yeah. I had a nice suit on, right? But the headline was, "Rat Weasel." First of all, Rat Weasel. Does that look like me? Rat Weasel must pay $1 million. And then the next day, I went to just go and get a breakfast sandwich, and it's the same place I go every day. And today, this guy who was behind the counter, he wanted to take a picture with me. I said, "Well, I come here every day. Why do you want to take a picture with me?" He said, "Well, because you're on the cover of the New York Post. You're the Rat Weasel." Okay, all right. You want to take a picture? Okay.
It's a great story.
But the reason why that story is so important is because when you lose a judgment, well, then the federal government or the state government can just come in and freeze your assets. And so upon losing that $1 million lawsuit, they froze $2.3 million in my account. And that was in November of 2012. And that was the moment at which I started to think, man, do I really want a centralized currency to actually be controlled. And I'm talking about they just took double. I only lost $1 million. Why you take 2.3, right? So I said, look, we got to find a different way. And luckily at that time, you know, I'm an astute student of the game. And if you look back, all of this is verified. Look back in June 2013, I put out a tweet. I said, from now on, pay me in Bitcoin, 2013. And what happened was I had a Shopify store, 2013. So I'm early in Shopify. And Bitcoin became the means by which I wanted to be paid, and I still do that to this day.
He finessed the system.
But to give you a case in point, I sold an album, $5. Today it's worth like $700. I sold a hoodie, $47. Today it's worth like $6,000. I sold a couple of meet and greets. Total price, $2,000. Today it's worth like $122,000. And that's just the differentiation of being able to get in early. And I know some of y'all might be thinking like, man, I can't turn the time back to 2013. But I'll tell you right now, even if you buy some Satoshis today, you still early.
Yeah,
but you don't want to be among.
So Ryan was ahead of the game, man. He was a forward thinker. And I mean, basically, he just took, someone bought his album, he paid him in Bitcoin, and now he flipped it. 100%, man. It's just like, that's the way you do it. He was a forward thinker. And the thing is, I was following him when he was doing this because he was talking about Bitcoin, and I was like, what is Bitcoin?
Mm-hmm. What year? What year was this when you were following him?
I was following him. He was an independent artist. It's like, man, he was independent. I don't know what year, but
okay. So he's an artist. So he
was a rap artist.
Oh wow.
He was independent. He was posting on Twitter. He's like, yo, I'm doing this Bitcoin thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was like anything he said, it was gospel to me.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, this Bitcoin thing seems weird.
Yeah.
But I should have did it. Because I was like, I don't know. But anyway, you guys hear his story. It's crazy. Man.
Exactly.
So yeah, man.
Sweet. So yeah, what Boyd said, I would go as far to say you need to invest your salary to get a second income and solid investments first, and then buy luxuries with your investment income. I respect that. Yeah, I definitely agree with that as well. That definitely makes sense. Because what was he saying pretty much use like the dividends from what you're making, or once you sell?
I think Hill Harper was saying that. I think we cut him short.
Okay.
Because they start clapping. He was saying that, instead of taking $100,000 and a year or two, flip it, take all the money out. He's saying, take $100,000, wait till it's $200,000, take 10 G's, play with it, but you still have a lot more money. That liquid money means nothing because you double that money. No matter what, keep your money making more money than you're taking out, even though. Because people are so, what was the statistic they say? And they say in the Black community, the money is spent in 7 hours versus a white community. Like
saying this, I don't
yeah,
I mean,
like it's some crazy. They even said it in the podcast. Like the money goes faster, it flows faster in the Black community quicker. Like it gets spent faster.
That's facts.
He was saying that. The whole purpose of this podcast is to empower a certain type of, Black community, but that's what he was saying. He was talking about liquidity versus Satoshi or whatever. It was like a special word.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I mean, the whole video seems extremely. I'm gonna want to rewatch it.
Yeah.
Myself.
But I have another point he talks about.
Okay.
Harper talks about buying Nike with Nike stock, and I think that's a 530 mark. But this time, let's hear it out.
Okay.
Oh, we got
I can
another.
answer this one real quick for you.
How do you see the photo of this type of investment
How do I see?
in future?
Oh, this future. The same way I should have seen it before. Get on it and get on it fast, and seize the opportunity, and just when you invest, just put the money in and never take it out. 10 years, 15 years is a long-term investment, not a short-term.
Okay.
So
What's the question again?
the future, how do you see the future in this type of investment?
How do you see the future of this type of investment? So like Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Oh, I see a very positive future, extremely positive future. I think as we go on, more and more companies are going to continue to adopt it, and all it's going to do is drive up the price, hopefully. But yeah, I'm definitely very bullish on Bitcoin for sure, definitely.
All right, let's go to the last part.
Okay,
When you want to wrap up?
in 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
10 minutes.
Okay. Guys, if you're liking everything, make sure you like the channel, the video, and feel free to send super chats for support. Yes, exactly. It's liquidity. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Jesus,
so if you go to the 5:30 mark, 15 minutes and 30 seconds in, it talks about when you buy Nike. He's saying that if you want to buy a Nike shoe, buy into the stock until you can afford the Nike shoe with the Nike stock instead of buying the Nike before buying Nike stock.
Makes sense.
But he goes into a more deeper than I can.
What number?
50 minutes and 30 seconds. But he might be, let's see what he says first.
Try to think about that piece is, for instance, these, Nike shoes or whatever. I never buy.
He's about to go into it right now. And
A luxury item. I make the company buy it for
can they
me.
see it?
Well, I mean, I'll never buy Nikes unless I've made enough dividend off of Nike stock to buy the shoe. So you can think about the same way, use that rule for Louis Vuitton. Ain't nothing wrong with having a Louis Vuitton purse if you own LVMH stock and you allow the stock to buy the purse. Right? So you can always think about everything you do and all this goes back to this one simple idea. Let's be intentional with how we use every hard money dollar, fiat dollar, and digital dollar, and crypto dollar. If we actually import intentionality and strategy around our usage, whether it's a spend or an investment or who we support and how we support platforms, then all of a sudden it supercharges that wealth creation for you as well as the founders and the tech platforms and folks all around. And that recirculation starts to work.
Yeah, it could pause.
Make sense?
So I think once I start investing,
Yes. Ryan,
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at the things that I use the most, and Apple is obviously one. But as far as crypto, I'm gonna keep on doing Bitcoin. I'm gonna keep on doing. I'm gonna go heavy on Ethereum. I don't know anything else, but I think those I'm gonna be dying hands on.
Yeah, definitely seem like the two safest. Next to Cordon would be the third safest, I would say,
Yeah.
out of the pack. But yeah, man, it's very interesting. He definitely makes a good point. I see here somebody says reinvest your dividends. I definitely respect that. I would say I agree with that, but I guess the point he's trying to make is like, let's stop buying luxury goods, because at the end of the day, there's zero return on that.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to get the rap culture out of our head when it comes to this, because at the end of the day, that's what's driving this. It's the rap culture, it's the Hollywood, it's all of that. That's driving us to spend when we shouldn't be spending, because other people are not doing that. So I think that's the message he's trying to push. And from there, I guess we can kind of make our own, I guess, not opinions, but our own decisions on what we should do. But I think he's trying to relay a message that definitely benefits.
Yeah. So that was our last, I guess, piece of that podcast. I mean, you can go check it out yourselves. And we were working out earlier. I was like, man, this is some really good gems in this podcast. And I watch everything Ryan Leslie. Like I said, his word was my gospel.
Yeah.
But I really wish that I listened to him when he talked about Bitcoin,
Exactly.
because I could have been a millionaire.
Yeah. Would we have met?
Yeah, no. That's the thing.
You wouldn't
have been
right
the
now.
foreign strategies, right?
It
would have been
the
lane in the Bahamas
Lane
on
in
the
the
beach, laying my foot up in
Lane.
the sands.
Yeah, the lane tricking.
Tricking strategies.
Tricking strategy. Oh man. Well, sweet. Well, guys, it's a short one today.
Yeah, it's a short one. We just wanted to, I don't know, get it out there.
Get it out. Yeah, just talk about money.
And my man yesterday from the live, he was sending us crazy super chats, and he said that he made it big on crypto.
Yeah.
Hex. So we were like, man,
yeah. Oh yeah, exactly.
We gotta talk about
We
this.
gotta talk about it. Yeah, and we're not saying we're experts.
No,
nowhere
definitely
near that. Like just nowhere near that. We just want to have a conversation, right? Get you guys talking. I see you guys talking in the chats. So yeah, that's really what this was about. Rather than talking about what we usually talk about, which is travel,
cost of living.
Exactly.
Because that's what yesterday.
Because at the end of the day, you need money to travel.
Right.
That money becomes first before.
Yeah. I know. One channel, International Passport. He's like, fellas, put your money in Tesla, put your money in Apple. A month later, both of those companies exploded on the market.
We said sorry.
Tesla and Apple.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
He said, and a month later, they exploded. And he said the money that he made from that, he used that to travel. He just put like he put thousands in, and he got thousands back, much more.
And man, I'd rather make my money from investing than working any day.
Yeah.
Like, just imagine, man, just striking. Like that's what I'm saying. I'd rather like go all in. Hopefully I get, if I lose, okay, I lose, right? But if I win,
but that's what Ryan's saying. He's saying like if you lose, you just let it sit until you win.
All right, yeah.
Because 20 years go by.
Exactly.
Most likely you're gonna win. 20 years, 10 years. Yeah.
Exactly.
You gotta think long term.
Long term. Yep. Oh yeah. Got to be risk takers. Risk takers are the only ones that really, really succeed. So we got a old guest in the house.
Ah!
Oh, sweet. Well, I guess we can go ahead and wrap it up.
Yeah, that's cool. We can wrap it up. I don't really have nothing to say that matter. I just really wanted to say this is kind of like cryptos for dummies. Meaning we're the we are.
Yeah. We're all dummies, but we're calling ourselves dummies.
Yeah.
So, but no, I appreciate you guys for checking in as always, and until next time.
Yeah, guys, it's Delane Isaac, 1/2 Foreign Strategies. We are done for the night. It's a quick one. Appreciate you guys always supporting.
Take care. Have a good one.